thief of virtue. Let me tell you the tale of the thief of virtue. In the land of Hammerfell, in the city of Such, there lived a baron who was quite wealthy. He was a noted collector of rare coins. The Baroness Veronique found the whole thing quite tedious. However, she did appreciate the lifestyle that the baron's wealth provided. Ravius Tyrannus was a noted thief. He claimed to be a master thief in the mythical Guild of Thieves. However, this was most likely just a braggadocio. The only known thieves' guild was wiped out over 450 years ago. Ravius decided that the baron should share his wealth. Specifically, he should share it with Ravius. The wily thief crept into the baron's castle one night, intending to do just that. The walls of the castle were noted for their height and unscalability. Ravius cleverly used an arrow of penetration to affix a rope to the top of the battlements. Once on the battlements, he had to evade the baron's guards. By hiding in the shadows of the crenellations, he was able to work his way to the keep undetected. Entering the keep was child's play for a thief of his caliber. However, a cunning lock with no less than 13 pins protected the private quarters of the baron. Ravius broke only 9 lockpicks to open it. Using only a fork, a bit of string, and a wineskin, he disabled the 7 traps guarding the baron's coin collection. Truly, Ravius was a master among thieves. With the coins safely in his grasp, Ravius began his escape, only to find his way blocked. The baron had found the opened door and was raising the guard to scour the castle. Ravius fled deeper into the castle, one step ahead of the questing guards. His only way out led through the boudoir of Baroness Veronique. He entered to find the lady preparing for bed. Now, it should be said at this point that Ravius was noted for his handsome looks, while the Baroness was noted for her plainness. Both of these facts were immediately recognized by each of the pair. "Doest thou come to plunder my virtue?" asked the lady, all a-tremble. "Nay, fair lady," Ravius said, thinking quickly. "Plunder be a harsh term to ply upon such a delicate flower as your virtue." "I see thou hast made off with mine husband's precious coins." Ravius looked deeply into her eyes and saw the only path by which he would escape this night with his life. It would require a double sacrifice. "Though these coins are of rarest value, I have now found a treasure that is beyond all value," Ravius said smoothly. "Tell me, O beauteous one, why doest thy husband set 7 deadly traps around these tawdry coins, but only a simple lock upon the door of his virtuous wife?" "Ignis protects those things that are dearest to him," Veronique replied with ire. "I would give all the gold in my possession to spend but a moment basking in your radiance." With that, Ravius set down the coins he had worked so hard to steal. The Baroness swooned into his arms. When the captain of the guard asked to search her quarters, she hid Ravius most skillfully. She turned over the coins, claiming the thief dropped them when he fled out the window. With that sacrifice made, Ravius steeled himself for the second. He robbed the Lady Veronique of her virtue that night. He robbed her of it several times, lasting well into the wee hours of the morning. Exhausted, yet sated, he stole away in the pre-dawn hours. Voice of the Wizard Extra. Perhaps one of the most interesting aspects of this book is the city in which it's set. Now, you'd be forgiven for not knowing about the city of Such, though it was supposed to have been a major city in the Elder Scrolls lore, featuring first in the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, the game in which this book first appeared. The city was cut, however, fairly late into development. You can actually still see it in the 2005 E3 Oblivion trailer, where on the title screen Such is clearly marked on the map, scrolling in the background. Interestingly, this presumably would have placed Such in the province of Cyrodiil, rather than Hammerfell, as the book describes it. Although, as it's right on the border, it could conceivably have changed hands between the time of the events described in the book and that of the Oblivion Crisis. Indeed, Such is still present, after a fashion, in Oblivion, in the form of Fort Such, which is said to be the city's ruins, though frankly it's little more than a crumbling old tower. It does host a minor quest, however, consisting of a small group of Imperial legionaries being attacked by Daedra from an Oblivion gate. But considering its presumed former glory as a full-blown city, this quest seems almost like a sad epitaph snuck into the game for a place that never got to be. A distant echo of a great city of Cyrodiil and its fight against the forces of Oblivion. A fight which it seems to have lost in a far more literal sense. Or has it? For while all that remains of the city may be nothing but a more or less forgotten tombstone of a ruin, the book was also left in, presumably written before the city was cut in an effort to ground it in the lore, which, in the event, despite everything, it still achieved. Indeed, the city is also referenced now in the Elder Scrolls Online, where it appears on a map as part of the Dark Brotherhood questline. Although the city itself isn't reachable, it would presumably still be intact during the time period of ESO. So there is hope, perhaps, that it may yet live again in a future expansion. This episode, I experimented with telling the tale visually, rather than the more abstract visuals that I used in the Wabberjack reading. This takes a lot more time and effort, as you can imagine, and frankly, I'm not 100% convinced that it doesn't end up distracting more than it enhances the story. But let me know what you think about that, and also the missing city of Such. Until next time, I have been Voice of the Wizard.